Eruchalu. You're welcome, ma.
Thank you.
Yes, Mrs. Ebele Eruchalu was here with us. I think that was a fortnight ago. Yes, we had we had the first edition of this topic, I should say, this topic, yes, and we talked about infidelity in marriage. Infidelity in marriage. We've come to realize that marriage is serious business, actually, and I always say marriage is hard work. Oh yes, it is. And there are issues, things that happen, you know, um, sometimes in marriage, and it kind of rocks marriages. And before you know, you'll be hearing things like, I'm done. You'll be hearing a lot, you know, I'm done, I want a divorce, I want a separation, and all that. And actually, we can help all these things, because that is not God's will for us, and that is not why marriage was instituted in the first place. And that is why the program Marriage Matters is here, so we can help ourselves. And the marriage institution can be a very wonderful, place, an institution for us to stay and enjoy. All right, just for us to abide by the rules. That's why we came with this topic today: infidelity in marriage. The other time we came, we talked about some things that has to do with that topic. Today, we'll go into other point because we couldn't really finish up. We had lots of things to discuss on that day, you know, the last time we had this topic discussed. And of course, here we also have a number you can call through if you want to ask one or two questions. Pastor Mrs. Ebele Eruchalu is right here to answer your questions. I'm so sure of that. And the number is 070 66755 788 070 66755 788. You want to call in, you have a question to ask, you have a contribution to make, you can call on that number, and I tell you, your question shall be answered. All right, so I want to make welcome again Pastor Mrs. Ebele Eruchalu on set this beautiful Sunday afternoon. You're welcome, ma.
Thank you.
So, ma, we talked about infidelity the last time we were here, and then you started something. Before we go on, I want you to reintroduce what is infidelity in marriage. Let's hear you. You're welcome.
Thank you, viewers. I'm glad to be back here once again.
Yes.
On a very, very wonderful topic that is trending actually in our society presently. Now, about infidelity. Infidelity can be said to mean a state of affairs between a man and a woman where there is emotional or physical sexual relationship outside marriage. That is infidelity. Infidelity colloquially can also be referred to as cheating or extramarital affairs. It is rejected, it is frowned at, it is unacceptable in Christian community. Indeed, Christian marriage does not tolerate infidelity in any shades and colors. Christian marriage is where a man and woman are in union under the teachings of Jesus Christ and under the Christian faith. The only thing that can come in between a man and woman in Christian marriage is until death do them part. And that is why the Bible says in Genesis 2:24 that a man shall leave his father and his mother and shall cleave to his wife, and both shall be one flesh. That one flesh refers to husband and wife. No looking outside, no trying any other person. So infidelity is not acceptable.
Okay, thank you, Pastor Mrs. Ebele Eruchalu. You just said something that made me smile. You said no looking outside. Why is it that we hear men say somebody gets tired of eating only okra soup, only ogbono soup? Let me try egusi outside. How does that come in? Maybe you can tell us. I know with your experience and age, you're a counselor, you must have seen things, a lot of things like that, and you have heard men say it. Well, I've not heard women say that, but I've heard men say not only egusi person with a chop other soup. What do you say to that?
Well, an adage says variety is the spice of life. And that is what a lot of men hinge on to buttress their looking outside. But again, in a Christian marriage, typically you are not to look outside.
Okay.
That is the Bible standard.
Okay.
You should adhere to your marital vows. The vows you made on your marriage day, on your wedding day, in the altar, in the face of God. You must adhere to it. But sadly, in our society today, even when it is not a typical Christian marriage, that is happening. Why? There are so many reasons why why men look outside or keep outside relationship or engage in infidelity or cheating. One, they will tell you that there's something about the woman outside that the one in the house does not have. Before I go further, I want us to understand who is that woman outside. She's referred to with some languages like mistress or external lover or even girlfriend or side chick. So that mistress is that secret woman behind the scene. Is that secret woman that only the man knows. Is that secret woman that teleguides the man and tells him what to do and what not to do. You'll be shocked at the impact the mistresses outside actually have on the men and the way they run their homes. So before you know it, it begins to affect the marriage itself. But men give their excuses why they look outside. One, they tell you that the woman doesn't give them the pleasure, the friendship that they experience outside. That the woman in the house is boring. The woman in the house is not intelligent enough for them to discuss business with or discuss financial issues with. But there's somebody out there that they can pour out their heart. The person is ready to listen to them and sympathize with them or empathize with them. So they have that emotional security. They think that they have emotional security with the woman outside. Two, they talk about looks and appearance. They believe that the woman in the house, they have gotten so used to the woman. You know, they say familiarity breeds contempt. So the woman in the house no longer holds any excitement for them. And you see, it flows both ways. Even the wife has also lost that, what she was doing when they were courting. When they were courting, she was out there trying to look good for the man. But then once they get married and she has had one or two children, you can't even recognize her anymore. Her dressing in the home is so, tattered, looking haggard, her hairdo untidy. These are the things unknown to women that men don't like. But the woman outside gives them the opposite. The moment they visit such a person, she's glittering from head to toe. Everything about her is inviting, is appetizing. So women, please wake up. This is a wake-up call for us, married women in the homes. Wake up. Whether you've had children or not, it's not a license to be unkempt, or you don't wear good cologne in the house and smell good, or and then keep your house clean. A lot of men don't like dirty environments. I've heard a man say that what puts him off from being in the house is that the house is always dirty. Everywhere, the rooms are scattered, Please, women, let us wake up in our duties. Look good for your husband, be intelligent, be trendy, know what is going on in society. A lot of men, they like to come and talk and have somebody intelligent talking with them, discuss issues, politics, economics, religion, commerce. But you in the house, you don't know anything. But somebody out there, the moment he goes there, he can discuss things and get intelligent ideas from that person. So these are some of the things that make our men, they look outside. The another thing again is, how are you on bed? Let's talk about it. Because this is one big edge the so-called mistress or side chick or girlfriend or whatever they call themselves have over the wives in the house. They go the extra mile to please the man. They go the extra mile to excite him. They go the extra mile to make him keep longing for them. Even in his sleep, in his house, his mind is actually thinking of that Ngozi or that Jane. Sometimes, sadly, the name has even dropped in his mouth when he's actually sleeping with his wife. So, as wives, please, let's take these things into consideration. Wear good lingeries as nightgowns. Sexy nightgowns, neat, interesting, that will make your husband, wherever he is you he's thinking about, not you. Somebody else. That thing that woman is doing outside, let him come home and get it from you, and you'll see the difference.
Wow. Beautiful one. Wow. I think they're just getting this free talk. They're getting free talk today. Pastor, Mrs. They should pay for this counsel. I have been smiling since. I think you're just the best person to talk about it. Thank you very much, Mama. Thank you. God bless you for that. Yes, it's a wake-up call for women in marriage. There are things we actually do as women that pushes the men outside. She has talked about a lot of them. Sometimes dirtiness. Yes, you just see maybe the man comes in and to the house and the house is untidy. He screams, what's this, everything is scattered, the children have scattered everything, and maybe madam is just sitting down, crossing her legs, she's unconcerned. I've actually seen women like that, in the course of my years in ministry, one or two men, like few of them, they've come to me like, my wife does this, she's unconcerned. I actually have somebody, a close person, the wife will just be there, the children will be destroying things. She's unmoved. It's so painful. I used to wonder, how does she do it? She doesn't really care. Those kind of things, they hurt the man. And they tend to push him away from the house. It's not a very good thing. Yeah. So it's a wake-up call for women. They should do the needful. Mama, we've talked about infidelity. Yes, we hear it. We see it every day, here and there. Yeah. What are the red flags of infidelity in marriage? What are the red flags? When it begins to happen, I think in the course of your talking, you talked about one or two. What happens? How do you know that my husband is cheating on me? My wife is having an affair. What are the red flags?
The number one, what brings about infidelity, or what is the first sign, is lack of trust. You find out that you no longer feel free to talk with your husband. There's a breach now in your communication. If communication is getting difficult, then that means that the trust in the relationship is being affected. It is being, is getting low. So when you see that your husband does not open up to you, he comes home very late, somebody that used to come in immediately after 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Honey, where are you? We are doing meeting. We are doing this. Something is happening. Then he comes home. He's not open to you. He's withdrawn. Something is happening. And then you start smelling some perfume around him. Maybe when you remove his shirt, you see some lipstick stains on his shirt. Something is happening. Then maybe when it's time for you to play with each other, you notice that he's being very, very stiff. He's being stiff. He's not relaxed. He's not open with you. He turns his back the other way. He faces the wall. And even when you try to come close, he'll tell you, I'm tired. I've been in the office the whole day. I'm tired. We've had one meeting after the other. Please let me rest. These are telltale signs that something is wrong. And then I prepared food for you. No, I will have lunch when I go to the office, or I have had before I come back. These are all signs that something is happening. Then he can't drop his phone around you. Every time you see him, he's clutching his phone. Hey, if his phone rings and you try to,
he dives you.
He just grabs your hand as if he wants to tear your hand. Hey, please, don't you ever answer my phone. Don't leave it. Even if it's ringing, don't touch it. These are signs that something is happening. So women, wake up.
Those are the red flags. Okay,
Yes.
you want to call in to ask your question and you have something to tell us on this topic, infidelity in marriage. The number to call is right on your screen. And the number is 07066755788. Let me repeat that. 07066755788. The topic again on marriage matters this afternoon is infidelity in marriage. Yes, Pastor Mrs. Ebele Eruchalu is doing justice to this topic today. Again, yeah. Mama, you've talked about the red flags of infidelity. Now, if one has lost his spouse, to infidelity, as it were, how can you get your spouse back? Is it possible? How can you get your wife back? Maybe she has gone out, she's gone astray, or the husband has somehow gone astray. He has a side chick. How do you get him back? Is it to go and fight? Is it to go? What do you do? Because I'm sure some people that are watching us right now, they are in that shoe and they're thinking, how do I get my husband back? Yes, we know prayer. They will say, go and pray. We tell them, go and pray. God will do it. But besides prayer, is there anything we can do? We should do.
Yes, again, I keep putting two things beside one another. Okay. Christian marriage and general marriage.
Okay.
For the Christian marriage, basically, you pray. Because number one, it's a shock that your spouse is involved in infidelity. It could be the man, it could be the woman. Whichever that is the case, you are shocked that your spouse is involved. So naturally, you will cry to the Lord in prayer to touch him and win him back for you. There's some other practical steps you could take is to reach out to him. Try to find out what is it about you that is not pleasing to him, that is making him look outside. Okay. Discuss with him. Don't take to gossiping. Many times, gossip even brings more problems in the marriage. Okay. Especially when you have friends that say, oh, I saw your husband. He was with one girl. They were entering the hotel. Or he dropped a girl at so place. Please don't be listening to things like that. Okay. There could be a reason he dropped off somebody. Okay. There could be a reason he was with somebody in any place or in a restaurant. So don't swallow such things. Anything you hear, as husband and wife, when he comes home, ask him nicely, not confrontational. Yeah. Don't fight him. Just ask him, please, dear, this, that. And I know a reasonable man will calm down and explain himself. So it's not by war. It's not a physical thing. Let me tell you, cheating is a spirit. There's a spirit behind cheating. That's why if you look at the statistics of people that cheat, you'll be shocked. Even very old men are cheating. Young ones are cheating. Middle age are cheating. So it's a spirit that when somebody has it, the person cannot help himself or herself. So see it in that way and, attack it spiritually too. Know that anything happening in the physical is remotely controlled in the spiritual. So you deal with it. And by the time you deal with it in the spiritual, before you know it, it will start, getting better in the physical. So just know that. Let me share 4 truths with us. 4 truths. You can trust again. That's truth number 1. You can trust again. Because infidelity breaks down trust, breaks down communication. But I tell you, you can trust again. Okay. You can be healed. No matter the wound in your heart about the situation, you can be healed. You can love again. It's a choice you will make that for this relationship to come back, I can love my husband again. I can love my wife again. Make that determination. Make that choice. You can live happily and healthier after the incident. You can. And both of you can now cherish one another for the rest of your life. So when you realize these 4 truths, know that there is nothing that God cannot do. Love again, heal again,
live happily again,
trust again, and trust again. These 4 truths, hold this, and you will find out that your marriage will not crash.
That's very easy and sweet to hear. Okay, I was going to ask you if one can get healed from infidelity. I think that's kind of answered that question. If one can actually get healed from infidelity. If my spouse has hurt me so much, he has broken my heart as a man or as a woman, she has broken the heart of her husband, it's actually breaking of heart. The man has trusted you as his wife so much, and then one day you just go off, you went astray with another man, and then you come back and say it was a mistake, it was an error. It happens sometimes to some persons. Can that man be healed from that experience? Can that woman ever be healed again? Can I love that person again? That is what you just told us, that you can actually trust again, you can love again, you can live happily ever after, like they say. Wonderful. We thank God for that. Okay, that takes us to the very next question. How common is infidelity?
Infidelity is common and not common.
Okay.
Let me expatiate on that. Now, research is done in the last 2 decades have shown that men, 20 to 25% of men cheat. That's the result of that research done. While 10 to 15% of women cheat. So infidelity is common to some extent. Now, in this fraction or percentage of men or women that cheat, like I hinted earlier, when you now try to look at who are they, those days you hear this adage, oh, he was sowing his wild oats. Sowing his wild oats as a young man. But sadly, in our present society, people sowing wild oats are also the middle-aged. They are also the old men. Indeed, they even seem to be on the higher percentage because they have more money. So, women, singles, married, pursue, older men because of money. That's why you see old men, old enough to be somebody's father or grandfather, is marrying a young girl. We have living examples in society today. I don't need to mention names.
You don't need to. Okay.
Because of money. So, infidelity has become so common that in African society or in Nigeria, it doesn't even mean anything to them. You see, if it's the other way around, if it's the woman cheating, it becomes a problem. Big issue. But if it's the man,
it's a normal thing.
You should be happy you're the one he kept in the house now.
Can you imagine?
You should be happy. After all, you're the one that has his children. You're the one he's taking care of. You're the one that is answering Mrs. That is trivializing the seriousness of infidelity. So it's really sad, but that's what is happening.
Yes, well. Okay, let's go to the next question here. We just talked about how common infidelity is. How common is infidelity? Now, Pastor Mrs. Ebele, you said it's 20, okay, you talked about 20-25% of men that cheat, for men that cheat.
And then 10 to 15 for women.
10-15% for women that cheat.
Yes.
Now, for that 10 to 15% percentage of women that cheat, I think the other time we're actually talking about, we're trying to say some things, but because of time we had to limit a lot. Why do women cheat actually? For men, you've told us, okay, they're looking for this outside. Maybe there's something their wives are not doing. A man has actually told me, my wife is not giving me what I want at home. That is why I want to go for a second wife. And he actually went and got a second wife. I don't know whether he's very happy with the second wife now, as it were, But I know that was his reason, because he actually said it to my hearing, that his wife is not good in this aspect, in bed. So he wants to go and get another wife. And he did. So men, they have different reasons why they go out. Now, for the women, why do the women go out? Probably one or two men have talked to you, Mama, please, my husband is not doing this, so I feel I want to go out.
The part 1 of this topic,
yes,
I think I touched on that slightly.
Yes, you did.
Women that do this, most of them is lack of attention from their husbands.
Okay.
Women that are married to very busy men. Men who travel out a lot. You know, tomorrow they are in America, next tomorrow they are in England, you know, one meeting or the other. Or they go to work from Lagos to Abuja, Abuja to Port Harcourt. So you see, they hardly see their men. And people will say, body no be wood. So a woman that has no discipline, you know, a woman that has no integrity, will say, after all, who knows what he's doing in those places that he goes to? Let me also find somebody to keep me, to be warming me. And before you know it, the driver becomes, you know, her boyfriend, or maybe the security man. There are a lot of cases where it's either the houseboy or security man or driver that even impregnates the woman in the house. That's very shameful. To the husband. Very shameful. But that's the truth. It's happening. So that's on that. Then another reason that can push a woman to engage in infidelity is finance. Okay. Finance. One, it could be that she's married to a rich man, but the man is not giving her money. Okay. The man is not fending for her. Then she might have somebody outside that pays her bills. Women tend to have an emotional attachment to people that pay their bills. So if it's not her husband paying her bills, whoever that is paying her bills is where her heart is. Okay. So finance is one of the reasons. Or a clear case of that, the husband has financial difficulties. Okay. The husband does not have money. Maybe doesn't have a job. Then she will now even justify herself why she should look outside. So she's now looking for somebody that can take care of her bills. So finance is another reason why women look outside. Okay. Third one is health. Health-wise. Okay. Maybe the man has, health issue. Okay. There are actually cases of impotency. Okay. The man himself knows that he cannot perform. Some of them are even honest enough to try to arrange somebody. Maybe his younger brother or a friend, come and help me to impregnate my wife. That we've had, stories like that, that are true stories. So in that case, it's issue of health. Maybe after 5 years, 10 years of marriage or thereabout, no children. And the man is sincere enough to admit that he's the person. And then they start making arrangement of how the woman can impregnate herself. So that's another reason why a woman looks outside. Okay. Health. So I've mentioned 3 reasons. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I think we missed a call, yeah? The number to call again is 070-66755-788. 070-66755-788. Your call can come through now. All right? 070-66755-788. Okay, so Pastor Mrs. Ebele Eruchalu has talked about what makes women actually to look all out. Okay, we have a call here. Let's take this call. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, madam.
You're welcome. What's your name, please?
Yes, just listening to your program. My name is Mike from Okpanam.
Okay, Mike.
Yes, I was listening to your program when you were talking about the wife getting properly dressed, look nice and all that in the house. Okay. To attract the husband.
All right.
For me, I think it's about the character of the woman. You see, the character paints all the picture. Even if the woman is like a dustbin and she has a beautiful character, she will remain beautiful. But if she dresses like a nightingale and she has a terrible character, she will look like a dustbin. So it is the character. The women must look at themselves and, in fact, that is renew themselves from the inside. It's not about what you wear. It's not about all that is pretense, as far as I'm concerned. But once the character is there, that is the true nature of the woman. Everything will fall in place. The man will not cheat. The man will not look for another woman. There is nothing there to go about. The man and the woman will discover themselves naturally with good character. The man will discover the woman will discover the man, and they will live a very fruitful life. That is what I think. So those ways and looking nice and all that, sometimes if it doesn't happen, if she doesn't dress so well, or she doesn't have the means to do that, what happens? So the character is important for the woman and the man too, so that they both will discover themselves. Once they know themselves, it doesn't matter what they wear, it doesn't matter how they look. They know who they are inside of each other, and they will live a better life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mike from Okpanam. I appreciate your call. Wonderful. Pastor Mrs. He just said something. It's not about beauty. It's not about the dresses they wear. It's about the character. What do you have to say to that?
He cannot draw a line that way. There are many factors that contribute to infidelity. Okay. The point he made is a very good one. It's a point. But that doesn't rule out that appearance doesn't matter. It matters a lot. It even matter. They say before you eat food, your eyes will look at the food before your mouth will taste it. But you see, there are still cases of marriages.
Let's take this call. Hello? Sorry, ma. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome. What's your name, please?
My name is John from Summit Road.
John. John, can you...
I'm listening to the program now.
Okay.
About... See, all these things is happening. Because you get some people, like now, when your wife, she's not doing you as you want it in your house.
Can you speak louder, John?
Okay. I there. Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. You see, why some men are cheating on their wife? Because of, if it's now, where you are looking some girls outside, they are dressing. So if your wife in the house, she didn't dress like that, she don't know how to dress, she don't know how to do things as you like. When you see a young girl outside, you must look at her. So in that case, you dress yourself well, so that you draw your husband's attention, so that you will look outside. So when the woman, because there is one time I saw one woman, she just carried a baby. This like not those two girls in the street. So then I get problem with one man. They are quarreling. Say, look at that shower, look at that shower, look at how you dress, and you call yourself a married woman. Woman says, yes, this dress that you see I am dressing is my husband bought it for me. So you like it like that. So don't put your mouth there. Look at, so I said, okay, see, that is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So thank you.
Thank you very much.
I love the program.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Okay, ma. Let's finish.
I was talking.
Yes, you were talking.
So
about...
the issue of character is a good point the man made. But let me tell you, there are some marriages. The woman is very good. The man is not interested. His mind is somewhere else. So it's not always about the character. It's not the character, though he has his own role to play. But there are some men that don't have conscience.
Okay.
Their wives are good, but they are not interested. Their eye is on one babe somewhere
one side chick
that is giving them what they want, and vice versa. So one needs to be, you should combine all the factors, have a good character, and still be neat. It's not only dressing gorgeously, but be neat. Be neat in and out. Your underwears be neat. Everything about you be neat. Smell good. It makes a man long to have you as his wife.
Wow. Beautiful. We're going to wrap up in a few minutes. But before we go, quickly, can I overlook an unfaithful partner in marriage? Can I overlook it? Like somebody says, my husband is cheating. What do? I will pretend like I'm not seeing him and be living my life. Anything he likes, let him do outside. And when he comes, he expects me to still do the other one, and I'm still available for him. And am I not hurting myself somehow emotionally? What about if he brings a disease outside and all that? Exactly. Can I overlook? Yes, quickly in 2 seconds or 2 minutes.
Yes and no.
Okay.
It also depends on the age of the marriage.
Okay.
If there are young people who have just started their marital journey, no, it can't be overlooked. Something has to be done for them to come back together.
Okay.
Especially in view of the health aspect, STD. Because if they are still young people that are still procreating their children, if the man keeps bringing infection, I've had cases of women that died of HIV on the man because of playing outside. But if they are older couple who have had their children, they are grown, the children have even married, and you now discover that your husband is being trying to feel small again, you feel like a young boy by playing with small girls outside. My advice to such women is don't let that one, just keep praying. Because you see, length of marriage and children is a bond that is not easily broken.
Wow.
It's a bond. A man that has had a wife that has children for him over years, you have weathered the storms of life. It's very difficult for that bond to be broken.
Yeah.
And so as a wife, just remember what the Bible says, that a wise woman builds her home. So don't let that outside small girl to bring problem between you and your husband. Woman. Just be, praying for your husband. One day he will come back to his senses.
Beautiful. Okay, quick one now. Last words. I'm sorry, we can't take any more calls because of the time. Okay, I see calls coming in now. We can. Okay, let's take. Okay, we've lost that call. Okay, I've been told that we can actually take a call or two. Okay, quickly. Hello.
Hello, madam.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Oh, this is Mike again.
Okay, Mike, you're welcome.
Yes, please, I just want to give it an example. You see, a dirty kitchen puts me off completely. If I walk into my house and the kitchen is dirty, I can decide to go and stay in a hotel outside for 2 days. So that is when you say dirtiness or cleanliness. There are some women that will just pile up, and things simple as that puts the man off. It is not about it doesn't make the man comfortable at home. Maybe the man is hungry. There's no way to start waiting to get fed with that kind of kitchen. So these are examples of things that really send the man out looking for what is not there. What is not there. That's what I use.
I'm glad you're the one saying it.
The man goes out looking for what is not there because of the lapses of the woman. Little things, yes. Throwing things around the house, not making things, put things in order, and you are supposed to be the person in charge of the home. So these are issues that we should look out for. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mike, again. I thought Mike said his character that matters. Now he's saying that his kitchen pisses him off. Okay.
But Mike, I'm surprised you didn't talk about that. The food is the way to the man's heart. The stomach is I thought you would have also raised that, because a lot of men claim that why they look outside is that their wives cannot cook. They can't cook the kind of food they like. So they start dating a woman that maybe makes that kind of meal for him. So women, my message today is wake up, wake up, wake up. In every area you're lacking, wake up.
Okay, thank you so much. We had Mike that called from Padam, I think, yes. And somebody else called now. Okay, I didn't get that name. Mike, thank you so much. And of course, I must also appreciate Pastor Mrs. Ebele Eruchalu of Fruitful Home Ministry. Yes. Right? Yes, Fruitful Home. Thank you so much for taking time out. It was difficult, but she had to come. I appreciate you very much, ma. Thank you so much. The Lord will bless you for me. And of course, thank you, James, and Idu that is also there. you all made this program a success today. God willing, same time next week, we shall return with a new topic. This topic has been infidelity in marriage. It's been wonderful. We've had part 1 previously, and now we're having this. Thank God for Pastor Mrs. Ebele Eruchalu that has been finding time to be here to answer our questions and to teach us what we need to do and we need to know. My name is Oke Sheon Fajobe. Have a fruitful and fulfilling week ahead. Bye-bye.